Thank you, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we are in the second day of virtual conference on recent trends in mechanical, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things. The session will be about development opportunities and challenges in Internet of Things. Today, our host is Dr. S. Balakrishnan. He is a proud member of Computer Society of India, and he is now working in Department of Computer Science and Business Systems at Sri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. He has 17 years of experience in teaching, research, and administration. He has published more than 15 books, 3 books chapters, and 22 technical articles in CSE communication alone. And article in electronics in EF4, Electronics for You magazine, and 4 articles in Open Source for You magazine, and over 100 publications in highly cited journals and conferences. Some of his main professional awards include faculty with maximum publication in CSA communication in 2017 and 2019, and International Data Science Writer of the Year 2019, and Management of Teacher Consortium, that's a global MTC, and Outstanding Research Award, Contributors Competition winner July 2019 and in August 2019 and September 2019 by Data Science Foundation. He is actually inspiring others of India, Deloitte Innovation Award from Deloitte for Smart India Hackathon 2018, and Patent Published Award, Impactful Author of the Year 2017-18. His research interests are artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and IoT. And he has delivered several guest lectures, seminars, chaired a session of various conferences. He is serving as a reviewer and editorial board member of many reputed journals and acted as a session chair and technical program committee members of national conferences and international conferences. They held at Vietnam and China, America and Bangkok. He has published more than 19 patents on IoT itself. That is a subject he is going to take today. And hats off for that, sir. And I cordially invite you to the session. Once again, I thank you for coming, and please start your session, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for your nice introduction.
Thank you, sir.
It gives me a great pleasure for me to extend my wishes to all the participants. So the today's topic is IoT development, opportunities and challenges. So according to India Internet of Things Market Forecast and Opportunities 2020, IoT market in India is projected to grow at a CAGR of over 28% during the 2015 to 2020. So IoT is being rapidly brought into use across diverse industry verticals to reduce operational and manpower costs and also increase the operational efficiency. Say consumer electronics, automotive and transportation, banking, financial services and insurance, home and building, energy and utilities, retail and supply chain and logistics sectors, and manufacturing are the key emerging application areas where IoT technology is majorly being adopted. However, India's IoT market is highly fragmented with numerous players operating across the value chain. With a growing need for connectivity among devices, systems and services using variety of protocols and domains, automating business processes and real-time monitoring and tracking of services and systems, the Internet of Things technology has been gaining increasing market traction over the last few years. In the IoT concept, the thing can be a natural or man-made object that can be assigned an IP address and provided an ability to transfer the data over the network. So the outline of today's session is the overview of IoT, opportunities on IoT, and what are the research challenges, and what are the different key digital trends shaping the future with the help of IoT, and end up with the question and answer. So the overview of IoT. Whenever this week we are imagine waking up in the morning at the sound of alarm clock, and your coffee maker automatically prepares your coffee. And sometimes, how about your refrigerator sending you your shopping list of items that you need to refill? Say, for example, only two eggs are remaining in the refrigerator, or your milk, you are low on the milk, so like that. So whenever, we are somewhat scary about these things, but who would have predicted that mobile phones would have replaced our landline since the release of the China attack in September 1983? That is a Motorola's first ever cell phone. So that can be replaced with a mobile phone. Nowadays, we are in the smart world, smartphone. So the same is true about the GPS also. So whenever the maps, the Google Maps, have they taken the passengers' seats as a GPS takes the driver's seat. So, based on that, here the introduction, the overview, the introduction of the Internet of Things. The term Internet of actually the Internet of Things is derived from the Internet of People. So the term Internet of People has been used before, but usually to refer to the traditional web system designed only for the human to use. So here we use it in the sense of bringing the IoT closer to people for them to easily integrate into it and fully exploit its benefits. So the internet's availability almost everywhere has favored the emergence of countless devices equipped with the connecting interfaces. So linking these and other everyday physical objects to the internet is getting ever easier, thus the enhancing the opportunity of the Internet of Things. So the one primary goal behind such smart integration or with the help of the IoT devices is to simplify the people's lives by having the technology work for them seamlessly. For example, we may say you can remotely switch on your house air conditioning using your smartphone to get a comfortable temperature when you are arriving home, or you might schedule this task in accordance with your daily routine, like that. So these are some of the important thing in the Internet of Things. So as per the thing, so we are deriving from the Internet of People in 1990s. We are with hundreds of millions of people. Uh, the chips derived from Internet of People to the Internet of Things. So nowadays, now all the way in 2020, we are connecting billions of people are connected with all the devices. That's all the things. So that is the one important thing. So here, things, the IoT, Internet of Things. So the earlier we connected with the people, and now we are connected with the things. So the T is things in the IoT. So things are the object. So the object may be a physical object or physical things or virtual things. So the things are the object of the physical world or the information world. That is a virtual world. So things are capable of being identified and integrated into the communication layer. Say we may say the two important things: physical things and virtual things. The physical thing is nothing but it's a surrounding environment, some sort of sensors, some electrical equipment, etc. The virtual things are capable of being stored or processing or access to the data. We may that's the multimedia content or Facebook content or the Twitter account. So some of the content we are taking from that. So these are the things. These are belongs to the category of virtual things. So basically, under the things we are having the two things: physical things and virtual things. So physical thing is all the equipment, all the hardware equipment, and virtual thing is all the data processing. So all the way we are processing the data from different sources. So this is a very important thing in the Internet of Things. Whenever the internet, whenever the IoT is a system of interconnected digital and mechanical devices, objects or people that are given several unique identifiers. So then the identifier maybe we may say the IP addresses or like that. So the another important thing is the ability to share the data over a network without needing the help of human to computer or human to human interactions. So next, a smart world of IoT. So we are in the smart world. We are in the IoT world. So as per that IoT world, as per the smart world, how we are making, what are the different smartness in the IoT world. So every day we are enabling the objects with internet connectivity. So these objects are embedded with the sensors, some sort of electronics, some software, some activators and some network connectivity. So that gives them the ability to exchange the data. So basically, we are having 4 levels of smartness. As per the smart world, as per the IoT world, we are having 4 levels of smartness. The first level is a passive level. So the passive level is nothing but it communicates only when queried. So example, we may say the passive RFID, QR code. So these are under the category of passive smartness. Second level is the active level, active smartness. So here in active smartness, the communicate when needed. So whenever we are in need of communication, at that time it should be activated. Example, we may say sensors, some sort of sensors like a home automation, like that. Third important level is the aware or level of that smartness aware depends based on the awareness or aware. That is it's action based. It's action based on the simple computation. Example, we may say the telehealth. So nowadays we are in the health e-health system or mobile health system, health, like that. So in that, such a telehealth system belongs to the category of aware smartness. Fourth important category or fourth important level of smartness is nothing but autonomous. Now we are in the all the way we are using autonomous car, smart grid system, or smart grid automation, like that. So the autonomous level or autonomous smartness, it can make the decision based on the rules. So example, we may say the autonomous car, some sort of smart grid, the human is act as a smart grid or like that. So these are the important things, the smartness, as per the smart world or as per the IoT world, 4 levels of smartness, say the passive smartness, active smartness, aware, and autonomous. So next, how does this impact you? How this such a smartness can impact, or how does a IoT world or a smart world impact you? In the sense here, the new rule for the future is going to be anything that can be connected or it will be connected. So by why on earth would you want so many connected devices talking to each other? Yes, we may in terms of communication, through that communication, and another important thing with the help of the control and automation. And third important thing, the savings, the cost saving is very important thing. So these are the impact based on that IoT world or smart world. So next, what are the opportunities? Such a thing, what are the opportunities, or what are the IoT opportunities are there? So the opportunities can be taken in the vertical market solutions. So as per the vertical market solutions, yeah, we are all the way. We are framing the network. Through that network only, through that that is the network is act as a communication media. So here, so many regional offices are connected, household items are connected, transportation vehicle are connected. Some of the biosensor are taken by the people, or some equipment in the public places, or sometimes it may be we are in the augmented, that is a virtual reality world. So some sort of virtual environment is also happening. So as per that, here the looming opportunity in the IoT based on the consumer. So the consumer good, that is a smart home control, maintenance of the smart home system, optimized energy usage of that system. So that is one important opportunity based on the consumer side. Second important opportunity is the retail side. So that is based on the retail. Third important based on the medical applications. So many medical applications are there. The help of IoT system. So it may be a wearable devices, or it may be implanted devices, or a telehealth services, like that. So fourth important applications or opportunity of IoT is a military applications. All the way, all the military oriented application will be done. It's actually done with that IoT devices. And fifth important thing is the industrial oriented application. So all the industry oriented application will be done by the IoT devices or IoT world. Next important, automotive and environmental and agriculture. So these are the some of the opportunities. These are the some of the applications area with the help of that IoT. So we will see one by one. So the next important applications or opportunities is a smart home or intelligent home. So whenever a home where the devices are enabled to communicate with each other, making its owner capable of customizing their home environment, say with the help of the managing the security and managing of the energy. That is known as the smart home. So as per that, various IoT technologies are responsible for monitoring these smart homes. So here all the control in this picture, here all the diagram, all the household items are controlled by the smartphone or some tablet. Here lights, speakers, window shades, laptop, TV, tablet, all the things. The carriage door, thermostat, or if suppose any smoke or anything in the sense of smoke alarm is there. So all the way here we are starting from irrigation system, video surveillance, door locks, Wi-Fi router, a power meter like that. So here are devices like the smart thermostat and smart home lighting, etc. Some example of the smart home devices monitored by the IoT. We may say the remote monitoring or controlling the remote, some of the applications, some of the appliances controlled by the remote. So here the tablet or smartphone is act as a remote for that. Second important application, second important purpose for going the smart system or smart home or some intelligent home is the safety purpose. So here, whenever go for considering the safety, here when do the doors open or close? So that opening the door and closing of the door will be activated with the help of the IoT system. So that is one important thing. Is the safety in terms of the safety. Third important thing, energy management. So all the way we are focusing about the managing the energy. So the energy management, that is a turn off the lights or turn off the AC, that also will be done by the that IoT system. So that is easily we are maintaining, easily we are managing the things. Fourth important thing is maintenance. So whenever the water leaking or whenever the sinks or whenever the pipes are leaking, so that easily indicated with the help of that IoT system. So that is also a very important application in the smart home. And finally, the entertainment control. So all the way, the TV and other entertainment things will be controlled with the help of such IoT system. So these are the very important application in the smart home or intelligent home. So these are one important opportunity based on the IoT. So second important application is the shopping. So whenever go for that shopping nowadays, we are in the IoT world or we are in this smart world. So everything can be automated. So the first, when entering the doors, or he or she, whenever they're entering the doors, the scanner will identify the tags on her clothing. So on the clothing itself, we are having some sort of tag. The tag is identify herself or himself. So after identifying, when shopping in the market, the goods will introduce themselves. So instead of we go and searching the item or we go and searching the product or goods, the goods itself introduce the things where the particular goods is available, in which track number like that. So all the things will be identified with the help of that. So the third important thing, when I go for paying for the goods, when paying for the goods, the microchip of the credit card will communicate with the checkout the reader. So automatically that thing will be happening. And finally, when moving the goods, when the moving with the goods, the reader will tell the staff to put a new one. So instead of that, it's already that item will be replaced by someone else. So we go that will be given to the that staff. So the staff in the sense that is some computer, some system. So it will indicate that thing. So the item is reduced by one like that. So these are the important things. These are the important applications. Some of the shopping nowadays in India also we are doing such as shopping without any human intervention or without any human. Automatically we will enter the that particular market and we will get the things. We will take the item. So here are the four important steps to be followed. Entering a door, the scanner will identify their tag. When the shopping in the market, the good will introduce themselves. And another important thing, when paying for the goods, the microchip of the credit card will communicate with the checkout reader. And finally, when moving the goods, the reader will tell the staff to put a new one. So this is a very important scenario, a very important application in terms of the shopping with the help of the IoT. So next that scenario or next important application or opportunity of that IoT is the healthcare application. So in the sphere of healthcare, the advent of IoT is of a major importance. With the various smart devices monitored by IoT, such as we may say the medication dispensing services, so it is easier to carry out to work faster in the field of the medical care. So the global IoT healthcare market is expected to grow from $32 billion in 2015 and it increased into the $163 billion by 2020 with the help of that IoT system. So say in the healthcare applications, we may do the remote patient monitoring services, mobile health technology, some sort of telemedicines are available. And another important thing, the medication management, and that is also will done by the help of that e-healthcare or m-healthcare system. The next, improved clinical care. Then next, the employee workflow management and inpatient monitoring system. So these are some of the applications, and these are some of the activities done within the healthcare system with the help of that IoT. So that's a very important application. Next important opportunity is transportation. So whenever go for the considering the transportation, that IoT plays a very significant role in the automotive industry. So the rate of IoT adoption in the transportation and in logistic industry is already high, and it just keeps accelerating. So the investing in new technologies, transportation companies lower the cost of shipping or transporting and increase their operational efficiency. So that is happening with the help of the IoT system. So the latest trends in IoT transforming the way the people and goods are transported are, we may say, the predictive diagnostics and vehicle maintenance. That's a very, very important application in that automotive IoT world. So the predictive diagnostic and vehicle maintenance based on the automotive IoT. Second important application or second important trend in that transportation technology based on the IoT is the complete transportation telematics with the vehicle to vehicle communication. So that is a very important, that vehicle to vehicle communication all the way that is available in that Singapore and all. That all the way they are using the smart car, smart city, like that. So next important thing, very, very important application, that is a real-time cargo monitoring also. So all the way from the remote itself, easily we can identify or easily we can monitor the cargo applications, the cargo, how it's processing the thing. So another important thing here, when I go for the transportation, with the help of that IoT, easily we can identify the facial and gesture recognition. Whether the car will recognize your face and gestures for the keyless entry. So nowadays we are in the keyless system. So in that keyless system, with the help of the facial and gesture recognition, that is one important application. And another important thing, extra driver safety. Apart from normal, so many safety systems are available in that system, in the transportation. Apart from that safety, the extra driver safety is there. That is a driver cams, that is a camera can track and alert you when you become distracted or somewhat drowsy during the traveling and during the driving time. So that is, it makes driving safer and simpler mode. And another very, very important thing when I go for driving, that's a blind spot. So that is a very important. So such a blind spot thing will be assisted with the help of such IoT system. That is also very important application that in that IoT system. And finally, the IoT enabled driving. So the cars can identify the signs, some sort of markers and signal, and automatically they respond to the system. So that also is happening. So these are some of the applications under the transportation thing. So whenever on the way or another, that is a transportation, that is this industry specific Internet of Things future trends are the particular instances of the universal trend in IoT application. So that are we are going to address below. So the recently the Gartner has highlighted the top 10 IoT trends in IoT trends to explore in 2020. So as per the Gartner, Gartner has highlighted the top 10 IoT trends in terms of the transportation in 2020. So some of the trends are hyper automation. So first trend is a hyper automation. Second trend is a multi experience. Third one is a democratization of expertise. The fourth one is the human augmentation. Fifth one is the transparency and traceability. The next trend is the empowered edge. And next trend is a distributed cloud and autonomous things. And last one, the ninth one is a practical blockchain. And the 10th one is the AI security. So these are some of the trends. Actually, the Gartner has highlighted these top 10 trends, IoT trend, particularly for the transportation system or transportation application in 2020. So these are the top 10 trends towards that transportation things. So it's to start from the hyper automation and ended with the AI security. So all the way that all these 4 applications or 5 applications are based on these things. The next important that is the next. These are the different opportunity or different applications based on that IoT world or smart world. Next thing, what are IoT research challenges? So whenever go for that, any positive things, some negative things also there. So apart from here, as IoT, some of the challenges also there. So as per the challenges, first challenge is the IoT system or IoT is complex. So whenever we are considering the Internet of Things is considered to be complex. However, as a system primarily related to making the life easier, and also it should be user friendly and not just easy for the developers and the experts. See, in terms of, so whenever actually the IoT system is more human, more actually the all everything is a automated thing. So even though it's a very user friendly to the user, that's the end user, but at the same time we are having some challenges for the developer as well as the expert in terms of that developing a system. So that is the one important thing. IoT is a complex. So second thing is the connectivity, because here all the system IoT system, whenever the smart world or IoT, it's all the way with the help of the connectivity. So that is a connectivity issue is a second important complex challenge. So connectivity is crucial. So that is we may say the various wired or wireless forms of connectivity are required to enable proper functioning of applications monitored by the IoT. So that is somewhat actually nowadays we are what all the way we are using 5G or 5G connectivity. With the help of that, easily we are sorting out. But even though some challenges are there in the connectivity, in terms of connectivity. Third important thing, sometimes we may say power consumption is less, but even though all the way the systems are this electronic system, all the systems need some power, so that is a highly power consuming. So without power, there is no IoT. So for the proper functioning of IoT technology and connectivity, the power consumption is vital. So this is another some challenge. So apart from that, the fourth challenge is the technological standardization in most areas are still remain fragmented. So that is also one important challenge. And fifth important challenge is managing and fostering rapid innovation is a challenge for the government. So that is an important challenge. Apart from that, so many challenges also there. We may say difficult. It's very difficult to find if a device is affected, whether the device is affected or not. So that is also it's not easily find out. And some sort of malware and ransomware, that is also one challenge like that. So apart from that, we may say the outdated hardware or outdated software. We are using outdated software and hardware. That is also we may say one important challenge like that. So that here safety, that is a security or privacy. Is it safe? Whether the particular whenever go for any because all the devices are connected to the things. So here is it safe? Whether can the Internet of Things be secure? So that is the thing. So everything new and shiny has a downside also, and the security and privacy are the biggest challenge for IoT. So all these devices and systems collect a lot of personal data about people. So here the people is very important. Apart from people, all the people are connected through devices. So things. So the things may be virtual things or that active thing that's there. So in that case, lot of personal data about the people. So that smart meter knows when you are home and what electronics you use when you are there, and it is shared with other devices and held in the database by companies. So if suppose if we misunderstood and misconfigured, then automatically the IoT possesses the risk to data, risk to privacy and safety also. But if we understood the things correctly, and if you are providing correct secured thing, Then IoT will enhance the communications, lifestyle, and delivery of services also. So that is the thing. So if you are understanding the things proper, understood about the things and about the that people, then automatically that IoT will enhance the communications and its life cycle and delivery of that services also. So that is a very important thing. So some way the IoT system is not safe, but whenever we are understanding we understood the things proper manner, then automatically it is the IoT will enhance the easy communication and delivery of that services also. So that is the thing. So next, what are the key digital trends shaping the future? So as per that IoT system, here so many list of digital trends are there based on the IoT. So I would like to discuss in a bit more detail the IoT trends for the human augmentation, the rise of the security concerns, and some sort of practical blockchain, artificial intelligence, and the increase in the enterprises spending on IoT and 5G networks and some empowered edges. So these are some of the digital trends. So I would like to discuss these trends in these upcoming slides. So the first one is the power of connectivity and IoT's growth. So already I told you that connectivity is the issue, but even though now at present we are using the 5G connectivity, so with the help of that, somewhat we are overcoming these things. So the power of connectivity and IoT growth is nothing but the most significant IoT trends for 2020 is that IoT networks of connected devices that people are interconnecting with are going to extend, and the amount of data that can gather from these networks will increase. That is also happening. So we have deliberately adopted a new lifestyle of being connected all the time. So this is evidently impossible to ignore, and IoT industry is meeting us halfway. So that is the thing. The Horner has labeled this trend as human augmentation. Not only the human connection, but also universally connected devices are a factor that can make a difference in our everyday experiences. So the co-mingling of these two matters is thus generating a connected smart world. So as a result, the more connected devices there are, the more consumer data is being collected. So this makes the entrepreneurs responsible for creating and getting the compliant with some security policies. So that is a thing. So the power of connectivity and IoT's growth. So gradually, whenever the connectivity, the power of connectivity is increasing, then automatically the IoT is also growing. So that is the first important digital trend. So second trend, as per the second trend is the IoT security trend. The rising security concerns on the table. So the tangle of connections is bound to unwrap some network security challenges in the network Internet of Things future. Some connectivity solutions like Wi-Fi are not reliable enough. So besides, the networks running these devices are highly vulnerable due to their fragmented nature. So this issue is getting ever more pressing in 2019, that's 2019, and thus introduces another Internet of Things that needs addressing. So that is the solutions. The solutions may be in terms of that nowadays we are having the first place. In the first solution, we may go with that GDPR, that is a General Data Protection Regulation, can contribute to fixing the security flaws in IoT devices and compel single users or organizations to keep track of all the devices to respond to security breaches effectively. The second place, we may say the mobile device management system. And nowadays, we are all the systems, all the IoT systems are connected through mobile devices also. So the mobile device management system and network access control systems are likely to grow in popularity as a means of mitigating data breach risks. So these are the important thing that is a rising security concern on the table. So in particular, they let the users monitor the number of devices connected to their network, who their owners are, and what data is leaving the system. So we may analyze, we may monitor this kind of things. So after monitoring these things, automatically the IoT security will be that it's not an issue at all. So third important thing is the third important digital trend is the blockchain technology. That is, the blockchain technology shaping the future of IoT. So the blockchain is one of the key IoT technology trends as for today. So the exchange of money and data between IoT devices in a reliable way is becoming possible once the blockchain technology provides them with a simple infrastructure for doing so. So we may say the two phenomena, IoT and blockchain. So these two phenomena, IoT and blockchain, are living up to their hype. So there are two important things, IoT and blockchain. So the fragmented nature of IoT matches the decentralized nature of blockchain. So the later affords the anonymity and security to multiple networks and their owners. So while the digital signatures and the private keys following each transaction guarantee that the IoT environment will be safe. So as per the thing, the IoT devices are designed to make the life of a person or an operating unit somewhat easier. So this requires some constant generation of the personal data, and mainly it implies more considerable risk of the hacker attacks like that. So that is a third important digital trend, that is a blockchain technology. Fourth important digital trend is the 5G networks across the industry. See, the 5G network in 2020 will continue to be deployed across the different industries around the globe. But this in turn will be a contributing factor driving in that increase the number of IoT devices. That's also happening. The 5G as well as the Internet of Things are considered the beacons of the fourth industrial revolution that is still ongoing in 2020. But now it is a time they got coupled to drive each that technological transformation. So the 5G mobile technologies provide the faster and far more reliable connectivity, which encourages the industry to transform the manufacturing and business processes accordingly. The second important thing, the combination, the together of IoT and 5G are establishing an infrastructure for smartphones and the tablets, as well as the some wearable and medical devices, as well as and also the vehicle systems. So this is a very important thing. So the 5G networks across the industries is a another important digital trends. And fifth one is the empowered edge computing in IoT. So after that cloud computing, we use that fog computing and edge computing. Now we are in the edge computing. So as for the edge computing, is definitely one of the key industrial IoT trends in 2020. Here, as per that edge computing, see the fog and edge computings are there. See the fog computing, the data is processed within a fog node or IoT gateway, which is situated within the LAN. But as per the edge computing, the data is processed on the device or a sensor itself without being transferred anywhere. So that is a main difference between fog and edge computing. So as per that edge computing, here edge nodes and gateways are connected to IoT devices and systems. It helps them to reach various types of data centers. So for the cloud storage, the IoT data often has to travel the long distance from the data center to the device. So that is a very important thing. So yet empowered by the edge computing technology, it will less likely experience low bandwidth or increases in latency. So that's why the number of enterprises investing in the edge technology keeps growing. So this way, with the help of the edge computing, the accuracy and the quality of real-time insights are expected to go some high. That is to go sky high. So that is an important thing. So in 2020, this pair of technology, edge computing with IoT, that this pair of technology is moving to the forefront. So these are some of the digital that is trends in IoT. So the final, the final thought of I'm concluding my session. Here, the world of IoT has a true potential for development as it makes life easier through the various innovations which are developing and will develop in the future, and their functioning is impossible without IoT technology monitoring. That's a very important thing. So the IoT is not implemented in one go. It is an incremental process. So the IoT is an incremental process that gives an incentive to nearly universal digital transformations. So the IoT Trends 2020 promises to put a spotlight on in both the consumer as well as the industrial field to prove that the future has already begun and the technology will keep changing our lives. So that is the thing. So you are inevitably that going to face some challenges also. So thus, to successfully adjust that business processes to the new capabilities, we should get an in-depth understanding of the IoT latest trends and the hurdles, so they may entail first, so that it will be easier for you to address those difficulties and extracting that difficulty and maximizing the value from this such a knowledge. So this is the thing. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. It was a very good session, sir.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
And I really appreciate you coming over here. In Malaysia, the IoT has reached certain levels. In common applications, they are using IoT in everyday life.
Yes, sir.
I can in household application, it reached a certain level, and
Yes,
a lot
sir.
of people are doing a good business in IoT in
Yeah.
Malaysia.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, your explanation was very good, and a lot of projects to be want to come in India.
India, yes, sir. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and your participation in that things will be very important at that time.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sure,
I
sir.
hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much for participating, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
If you have any question, please type it in Q&A session.
Yeah, if you don't have the question, please ask. Aradis, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Okay, sir. Then we will close the session.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for participating, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.